Well, it looks likely that Congress is about to vote to reopen the government, and there's an insane provision buried in the bill that almost no one is talking about. Senate Republicans snuck in a rule to give themselves $500,000 each for being investigated after January 6th. I'm Eliza Orlins, career public defender for 15 years in Manhattan. Here's what's going on. As Congress is about to vote to end the longest government shutdown in American history, Republicans slipped language into the spending bill that lets senators sue the federal government for $500,000, looked at their phone records without notifying them. Who benefits? 8 Republican senators whose phone records were subpoenaed during the January 6th investigation. Those 8 Republicans are Lindsey Graham, Marsha Blackburn, Bill Hagerty, Josh Hawley, Dan Sullivan, Tommy Tuberville, Ron Johnson, and Cynthia Lummis. They want a taxpayer-funded payout because investigators reviewed their call metadata. This wasn't wiretaps. This is metadata, who you called, when, how long, and often from where. It's a basic investigative tool, especially when you are looking into attempts to overturn an election. And it was Senate Majority Leader John Thune who made sure this was included. And this bill strips away the government's ability to claim immunity, making it easier for those senators to collect their $500,000 checks. Now, here's what makes this especially infuriating for me. As a public defender, I have seen ordinary people's phone records pulled without a single notification. No warning, no accountability, no special rights, and certainly no $500,000 payout. Everyday people have their lives upended by investigations all the time. But these senators want special treatment and a giant check because they were looked at during an inquiry into an insurrection, an attempted coup. Jack Smith's team has already said this subpoenaing was lawful and consistent with DOJ policy, but that doesn't matter. They wrote themselves a taxpayer-funded reward for being connected to one of the worst attacks on our democracy in American history. If they cared about privacy rights, they would protect everyone. Instead, they're just protecting themselves. Senator Ron Wyden actually called this out and said every person deserves notice if the government accesses their data. That should apply to the public. Fine, great, but the Republicans turned it into a sweetheart deal for themselves. So here's what we do now. The Senate already passed this. The fight is moving into the House. And we need the House to strip this corrupt giveaway out of the bill before it becomes law. No special rules for Republican politicians. If they want privacy protections, they should extend them to the people they serve. We need to be making noise. So make sure you're following me for more. Share this video. Call your House representative. Tell them to remove this self-dealing payday from the spending bill, because our rights shouldn't come second to politicians trying to cash in on January 6th.